Holly, I was doing some estate planning for a couple last week, and they were concerned, and sometimes married couples are, that, the typical living trust, a joint living trust for a husband and wife, would say that as long as they're both are alive, they can make any changes that they want to that trust, including who gets their wealth when they both pass away. And the typical living trust would also say that if one of them passes away, the survivor can still make any changes to that living trust, including who gets all the money when they both pass away.
Yes.
Sometimes they have a concern about that. If they've got children from previous marriages, it's not unusual. I've gotten plenty of calls over the years that, hey, my mom and dad, or my dad and my stepmom had a joint living trust, and all their kids were in that living trust would be included, and my dad passed away and my stepmom changed everything. She's leaving everything to just her kids.
Yes.
Heard that story a bunch of times.
A few times.
And it's very sad, by the way.
It is.
And so they were concerned enough about it that I said, okay, there is an option here, and we can put language in your trust that states as long as you're both alive and competent, you can make any changes to this trust if you want to, but if one of you passes away, that plan of distribution, what happens to your wealth when you both passed away, becomes irrevocable. And that language, I put it, I think, at least 2, maybe even 3 places within the body of the trust. And, of course, I bolded it.
Yes. Yes.
So that nobody will miss it.
Miss it or misunderstand. Exactly.
So then I want to add one more thing to it, and that is this, is that when the husband had this concern about this, first of all, he was a good 10 years older than his wife.
Okay.
And statistics say he's going to die first. Okay. I told him, I said, look, when we do this trust for you, and I put this language in here that this trust, the plan of distribution, cannot be changed after you pass away. Always when we do trust and estate planning documents for people, we scan everything and we put a scanned copy of it on a thumb drive. I said, give a copy of this to your kids.
Yes.
Make sure they're aware that this bolded language says if you pass away, stepmom cannot change the terms of this trust anymore. It becomes irrevocable. So that's one step to kind of ensure, because otherwise, when we do probate for people, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
Yes.
When we do probate and an executor, personal representative is appointed, the court is looking over his or her shoulder to make sure that everything is done exactly as it should be done. When we do a trust administration for somebody, there is no judge. There is no court looking over their shoulder to make sure everything is done.
No.
So that if we put this language in here that when dad passes away, stepmom cannot change the plan of distribution, what happens to their wealth when after dad passes away, and now she passes away, her stepkids could say, okay, I see this trust, but screw it. We're going to take all the money. We're not going to give any to stepdad's kids. They'll never know.
Yeah.
And they might very well get away with it.
That's the sad truth.
Yeah. Well, as I always say in my workshops, money is funny.
It really is.
It will cause people to do things that they would not normally do. And so that's why we're suggesting to dad that he give a copy of this trust to his kids so that they know that when stepmom passes away, they're going to be entitled to something, and they need to make sure that their step brothers and stepsisters are aware that they know that they're entitled to something.
Absolutely.
So that is available. We don't do it often, but when there's a real concern, then we do it. Now, on the other side of the coin, sometimes I meet with a married couple. They got married later in life. They both had kids from previous marriages. They'll tell me, Tom, all our kids love each other. I'll say, are you concerned that if you pass away, your wife might change it? I'm not concerned about that, Tom. It just doesn't bother me, doesn't worry me. I'm not worried about that. Well, we don't have to be putting that kind of language in there.